Okay, so you want me to take 30 milligrams for my first trip? "30 milligrams vaped is almost a surefire way to break through, especially if you have the mindset to let go." So personally, I usually start off a trip saying the mantra "let go," and I kind of meditate on that until I feel like I've fully accepted my own death. And it's hard to describe, but usually that um, kind of mantra carries with me, and I can almost hear it echoing at some points in the trip, and it helps me to have a greater experience. Anyway, let's go into my room and I'll go pack it up and vape. I don't even know where to begin because so much of that was beyond words. To start, I was listening to the album Rice Boy Sleeps by Jonesy and Alex just to kind of get me in a good mood. And my body felt relaxed, um, my emotions were calm, and I felt like it was the right time for me to start. So I took 3 deep breaths, and by the third breath, I inhaled the vape and held it in until I could just kind of feel this warm energy shoot up my spine, and then it kind of covered my head, and then I just snapped into a higher awareness. And I was really nervous on the second breath, but as soon as the DMT hit, I felt like completely at peace. Submitting on other trips is usually a process of kind of letting go of your ego and realizing that a good trip comes after you've let go. But on DMT, the tranquil headspace was kind of a part of the trip. There was no process. And I laughed as soon as I was in this headspace because I had done all this prep not to be nervous, and really I was just masking it. And then bang, I felt like peaceful and childlike. I was kind of back in the headspace of where like magic was real again. So about 5 seconds had passed, and then I took another hit and held it in for about 10 seconds. And as I'm holding in my breath after the inhale, my vision begins to darken. But it's not like I'm gonna pass out. It's more like I'm getting so much information, and it's almost like there's a visual overload. But what I do remember is that there was this kind of grid-like pattern over everything that I saw. It almost felt like I had been in a simulation my entire life, and I was just now seeing the underlying structure. But I was still me, and I was still in the simulation. And as I'm looking around my room, I see my room, but I also see my room kind of transform into a storage closet for magic. But it wasn't like there was an overlap. I could see both things at the same time. Like my normal eyesight was viewing one thing, and I had this separate pair of eyes that were viewing something else. And in this magical place, this magical room, my shelves that were usually meant for clothes were kind of holding jars of magic in them, almost like it was a storage room of a magic factory. Our room has always had great energy, and other people have commented on that. And so for me, DMT felt like a heightened and structured way to view these subtle feelings, like these feelings now had visible meaning. Another 5 or so seconds happened, and I vaguely remember taking another hit, and I held it in as long as I could, and then rolled over and closed my eyes.